You've heard the old English rhyme, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. A sixpence in your shoe, you know that part? Now you can take a deeper dive into each of those categories as the Tri-Cities Historical Museum's newest exhibit showcases wedding traditions over the years. Erica Layton is here to share more. We've checked her shoes. I don't think she's got any money. You got any money, a sixpence in your shoe, Erica?
No, not today.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
But we've all heard that saying. Yeah. What was the thing that said, yeah, weddings is where we want to do. We want to do weddings for this. That's where it's at.
Weddings are interesting. When you look at the history of weddings, so much of an individual family, their culture, their time period, their region comes out in the wedding traditions that you see. And so from a historic standpoint, it was fascinating to look at the wedding traditions of the Tri-Cities.
Okay, so did we have any specific traditions in our area that may have been different?
Yes and no. So it's interesting. So people will take different spins on it depending on their family and the social economic setting too. So for wealthier families, they would have had a little bit more of an elaborate wedding.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you see a lot of regional effects to the Dutch and immigration for that area and how that shaped the area's traditions as well.
Very cool.
It was very cool.
You said elaborate, and I think that's what brings people into exhibits like this because weddings were. Holy moly, they were productions.
They were productions, more so now than they were back then. Although you see how that has changed significantly. So a lot of the wedding dresses that we have on display are, of course, white, but that wasn't always the tradition. We have colored wedding dresses. And yeah, a bride today would never wear a colored wedding dress.
No.
But for many families, it wasn't a big to-do. It was you're getting married and wear your best dress, and then you'll wear it afterwards every day.
So I'm assuming we have blue things. We have a section for blue. We have a section
blue.
for borrowed.
Those are all the old wives' tales to bring you luck, essentially. And that's where that rhyme comes from.
Why
so
I was wondering.
Pulling in those traditions of having something blue. Blue represents, whatever, the money for prosperity. Like it all is those little kind of wives' tales to say like, okay, you want to jump over the broom. You want to do this and that to bring the couple good luck. Because what is a wedding if not just a gamble on your future and hoping that it's going to work out?
That's one way of putting it. It's true. I mean, carrying over the threshold and all these.
Exactly, those traditions that come through.
So
we looked at the attire, we looked at the invitations, we looked at the food, the cakes, like all of the ceremonial aspects that go into a wedding and pulling from our collection. We have over 73,000 items in the museum's collection.
Nice.
So yes, so about a year and a half ago when we started kind of pulling the artifact list for this exhibit, it was interesting to see like what items represented weddings and also what people saved too.
You saved something yourself, though. I mean, you mentioned cake.
Yes.
I'm not sure this can be still called cake, or is it a fossil at this point?
It's a sugar cube.
Tell us about this.
We have a wedding cake from 1891 in the collection in its entirety. So
an actual cake.
It is a wedding cake from 1891. It was the Robbins Savage wedding, two prominent families of the area when they joined forces and got married. It was quite the social to-do for the community, and the cake was an alcohol fruit cake essentially, and it was saved for tradition, and I think they were going to eat it on their 1-year wedding anniversary, but they were pouring alcohol over it and essentially hardened the sugar in there. And as the alcohol evaporated, it hardened it further, essentially just making it this like mummified cake.
It's a doorstop, is what you're saying.
It's a doorstop, yes. We would never eat it now, but it preserved it. And how wonderful to take a look at it.
All right, this is all. You have a great event for those. I mean, if somebody wanted to really kick this off in style on the 21st.
Yes, so we have our fundraising gala at the Lilly Mansion, a beautiful Victorian home in its own right. We've teamed up with Patrick and his team out there to recreate historic food that would have traditionally been served at a high society wedding breakfast. We'll have music, we'll have make your own floral bouquets. We're bringing out items from the collection that didn't make it into the exhibit, so you can really immerse yourself in the sounds, the sights, looking at apparel, the wedding trousseau, like all the etiquette and ceremony.
Now, I'm seeing here, the weddings these days tend tens of thousands of dollars. What is it going to cost for me to come look at this?
So this event is $180. Tickets are available on the museum's website, but again, all the proceeds go back into the museum's collection so we can continue to do exhibits like this and preserve our collection.
It's a great way to support the
Very much
community, and of course you're going to get a great evening out of it too, a great day. So if you want to check this out, we highly encourage you to. The new exhibit, Old, New, Borrowed Blue, Wedding in the Tri-Cities exhibit, is going to run all the way through September. But hey, June 21st, mark that date because you're going to want to check out that gala. More information, tri-citiesmuseum.org for more. We'll be right back.